is this for the New Orleans Saints moving forward? Just because, for one, they don't have a quarter controversy anymore, and you get an athlete like Taysom Hill on the field repetitively.
Yeah, I've said before that Taysom Hill is a great gimmick guy. Like, I don't think you should pin Taysom Hill down to just one position. For one, I don't think he's big enough to be a tight end. And I just think they were running out of places to put him. I mean, you have Michael Thomas, Jarvis Landry, and what's the kid they drafted out of Ohio State there, Olave. And so I think they were just running out of places to put him. Is he going to beat out? They have that kid Adam Troutman as well. Are they going to be able to beat them out? As sorry, I'm getting as I just watched freaking Wilson Contreras tear his foot off of his body rounding second base. That is not looking good. But anyway, sorry about that. I don't think that Taysom Hill can beat out Adam Troutman to be the starting tight end. He's a gifted athlete. He's a great gimmick guy. He's somebody who can do the things that can make plays, that can spark an offense, that can do all of that. But I don't know if he's that guy. And so I don't know if this really makes one way or the other for him. I do think that him not being a quarterback is a good thing for the New Orleans Saints. You leave that up to Jameis Winston and Andy Dalton and even Ian Book to figure out. I think Ian Book is going to be a really good quarterback that nobody sees coming here in a couple of years. I still think Jameis Winston is a top 15 quarterback in this league. But I mean, Taysom Hill to me is just again one of those gimmick guys.
Yeah, I mean, when you say a gimmick guy, it is a guy that when you put on the field, he normally does good things. The reason why Taysom Hill was never a good quarterback for the New Orleans Saints is because, one, they never really gave him that shot to really push the ball down the field, Combs. It was always of like a wildcat package of like a nickel and diming kind of like when you knew he went in there, you knew he was going to probably run the ball nine times out of 10. Now to say that he is not big enough to play tight end, Combs, let me give you a little bit of stats here. He is 6'2", 230 pounds. He is a very, very thick individual. He's 230 pounds. That is
230 pounds in the NFL for a tight end is small.
Let's look up the greatest tight end of all time. Let me go
Gronk?
over to my Kansas City Chiefs. It is not Gronk. He is an ugly SOB. He's retired twice now. I'm saying that in just because of who is watching, and you know who I'm talking about. Michelle.
I know.
Michelle. But let's look up Travis Kelce. How big do you think Travis Kelce is, Combs?
Travis Kelce, I would say, is probably 6'4", probably somewhere around the 240 range.
Yeah, he is 6'5", 240 pounds. So 2 inches shorter, but right around that same weight. But Taysom Hill has a lot more agility than Travis Kelce does. When you play tight end, you are going to get matched up on linebackers that necessarily aren't as gifted as cornerbacks in the secondary coverage there. And this could be great for the New Orleans Saints, because now let's say Taysom Hill is the number 2 receiver. You put him as a slot tight end, kind of like a wingback setup. You now have 2 people on the field that can throw the ball accurately. Think about how much that opens that offense up, Combs. You are now going to see reverse passes. And the running game is just going to explode open, just because you always have to cover Jarvis Landry and Michael Thomas down the field, because you never know if Taysom Hill is going to catch that screen pass and chuck it down the field 30, 40 yards. I mean, this is huge for the Saints, to be honest.
Yeah, but again, I mean, that's just, how many times are you going to be able to run that play in a game? Once?
Yeah, but that is always in the back of your head, knowing that he has the ability to throw the ball, even though that play may not be called or set up. What if they totally blow up a reverse play? What if they totally blow up a screen play? Taysom Hill has the ability just to get up and chuck the ball down the field and just throw it out of bounds. That saves you 5-6 yards, So and you're not
Yeah,
behind the sticks
look, I
anymore.
mean, it's always a benefit to have a guy on the field that can play quarterback in the NFL at least some level, right? And Taysom Hill has played quarterback in the NFL at some level. Now, you know, he's just I don't. You're not really afraid of Taysom Hill throwing the ball. Where you're afraid of Taysom Hill is running the ball, which to me would have made more sense to have him coming out of the backfield, making him maybe a fullback or a second halfback, running a two halfback set or something like that. I like for him to be a tight end. I don't. It's just a meh move for me.
It's okay. I mean, we can agree to a disagree, but I think this move is going to help Jameis Winston and possibly put him back up in the top 10 quarterback conversation by week 7, week 8 for you moving forward. But with that being said, Alpha Rob brings up a great point. Can Taysom Hill take those hits as a tight end week after week after week? And I'm going to say yes. He looks like a tough son of a bitch.
But again, he's small. You know what I mean?
Right.
If you get a linebacker like like a Roquan Smith or somebody who's out there delivering hits week after week, who reads this screen pass and blows you up in the backfield, that might end his day, might end his year, might end his career. He's a smaller guy. Can he take a hit? Sure. I mean, he's an NFL player. Look, any NFL player on the roster, 53-man roster, that makes it has the ability to take a hit. Otherwise, you wouldn't be on a roster in the NFL on any team. But there are those guys who just, I mean, you have to have size. This is where size matters. Size matters in the NFL when you're taking hits like that. And so I don't know. I mean, even out of the backfield, I mean, you're going to take some punishing hits. A lot of the times you're running up through because for whatever reason in the NFL, we just run our running backs right into the line of scrimmage where everybody else is bunched up. But it's just one of those things. To me, Taysom Hill is a good gimmick guy, but he's just a a mild threat to me. Like he's not the guy that I'm going to go in game planning my game around when I'm playing this New Orleans Saints.